was it for you, Julianne, about the film and the role, because it was a remake, that drove you to want to tackle this character and, give it a different take than the original film?
Oh, I love this character. When Bart and I watched Susanne Bier's original film, I watched what Rolf Lansgaard did, and I was so intrigued by him and by his opacity and by his kind of fierceness, and I thought, wow, I'd love to play that part. And then as Bart was developing it and working on it, and they came up with this idea of the gender flip, I was like, I couldn't believe that it was possible, to be able to play a female character who is so powerful, who's built this huge business. At the same time, she's built a really wonderful, very, very solid family. Who's someone who says, basically at the beginning of the movie, I wanted both in my life, and I've achieved both. And here she is, having controlled so much and built so much at this moment in her life where there's this one thing that she can't control anymore. And so a lot of that is what drives the drama. And so to be able to be in a movie that's about human relationships and about what we truly want and who we love, I mean, it was a wonderful opportunity.
And for you, Bart, taking this original story and creating this different story, like, where did these ideas come from, and when did it really click for you that this is the best way to redo this film?
Yeah, I think, Suzanne's original is so deep and so moving, and just so original. It's such a great story. It's unusual. You have something that's so has so much plot, so many secrets, but yet delivers these fully developed characters at the same time. So it's like a character exploration, but within a great plot. But she already did it, and she did it so well. There wasn't a lot of reason, I thought, to remake it unless it could be reimagined in some way. And it was through conversations with Julie, conversations with the producers, that we came up with this idea to try it. And I thought it wouldn't work. It's kind of a Hollywood cliche, I feel like, to say, let's change the genders.
Right.
But as I followed it kind of just hand over hand to see what it would mean for the movie, it just made it more complex and seemed to modernize it in a way. And I was really interested in exploring that, because not only did it mean changing the two leads to women, but also then Billy Crudup played a role that was played by a woman in the other movie, and that allowed me to get in some meaning about fatherhood, and it just changed it just enough to give it a new spark, I thought.
And I mean, so you do think that the meaning behind the film, like, let's say the thesis of the first one versus this one, is a little bit different with switching the genders that much?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think the spirit of it or the themes are any different. I think that's what was attractive about it. It was the deep complex humanity about it and how emotional it was. But I think the ride is very different.
Yeah,
absolutely. And what was the most challenging part about playing this role for you? Because it was extremely emotional, especially there's one scene, I won't give it away, but just made everyone cry as hard as you were in that scene.
I think the challenge is, like, how do you keep a character interesting and compelling and opaque at the same time in the way that people are in life? Often you're like, why is so-and-so doing that? Or why does she want to have lunch? Or what's going on? That thing that you're always trying to figure out on a human level about what an interaction means. So it's like, how do I keep that interest, that intrigue going, without tipping your hand? Because she doesn't want to. She's someone whose motives are somewhat hidden. So yeah, I think that's what it was.
Absolutely. And so there's a big mystery in a way.
Yeah.
And was that purposeful, that we're supposed to really believe up until, 30% into the film that there is some sinister thing in a way going on with these characters when it basically proves otherwise?
I think I didn't want people to believe there was something sinister, but I wanted you to be searching for what the movie was about. To know that there was, like, more than meets the eye here. That's what's so beautiful about movies, I think, is that you get, in these characters, you get to see who they are and how they present to the world.
Yeah. But
then you also, a third of the way into the movie, begin to see inside and into their inner life. And then it kind of explodes into this kind of comeuppance of all these secrets from the past. And by that point, hopefully, because of the way the movie is a slow burn, hopefully you're fully engaged and it allows you to go on that emotional ride with her character.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
such a pleasure to meet you.